Nigma convincingly took game number 1 off of a Miracle anti-mage, and then we're going to see how they look to approach game number 2 and how HellRaiders react. HellRaiders didn't necessarily change much. They stuck with the Morphling, and much like game 1, it is Nigma once again favored to take game number 2.
I went the wrong way. I'm such an idiot. I knew it was mirrored.
I make that mistake every time. Sometimes I've tried to point. I'm like, oh, look, it's over. Which way? Where is it? You know, like, yeah.
Yeah, 1.4 to 2.81. Pretty good odds.
Good odds for who?
I actually think for HR.
Okay.
I think this... I'd be curious to know how the safe lane goes this time for Nigma, because if Ember Spirit Grimstroke doesn't just run them over, like if similar starts happen, then the Morphling can win this game. We've seen this matchup before in the past. Like, there's a reason why Nyx is like, oh, just give it to me again. I had a good last game. Feels as though lately they kind of sack MC's game a lot. They sort of just give him like a lane that kind of sucks, but he'll recover later by team fights, which is actually what I think has made him look like when they had Matu and stuff like that. Matu was the sacrificial core, and they put so much on MC to carry the game. Oftentimes he delivered, right? But nowadays MC has to play this like, dude, you're just gonna get screwed. But trust me, you'll catch up.
Miracle.
Oh, that tag team got popped a little bit late.
He's already used the sleight of fist to try and the rune.
Nice.
Miracle gets punished. 3 heroes on top of him with the tag team.
Yeah.
And Kuro getting chased down as well. Roger doesn't have another tag team for 10 seconds, but he's got boots, and Kuro may die as well. Does he want to TP out of this one? Doesn't look like he's being body blocked. Roger will have another tag team in 3 seconds if it's even needed.
Kuro's
doesn't
dead.
look like it is, and it's going to be 2 kills going HellRaiders' way.
Wow.
I like to give it to the Tusk. You don't give both kills to the same hero. Don't give streaks to anyone.
No, that's a good point. No streaks here.
Supports with streaks is like worst case scenario, yeah.
It's the worst thing that can happen.
Cores at least get items so that they have a lower chance of dying, but you know your supports will eventually die. That Oracle is not going to go this game without dying. So, Roger, boots first, pulling waves.
That's famous last words, man.
Yeah.
Wait till it goes like 30-0.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the cores are just dying all over the map. What do you make of a TA versus Quap lane when you see it?
I think Queen of Pain does okay in the early set, but it's a skill-based matchup for the first 2 waves. And oh my lord, he's getting worked.
These side blades.
Let me just check. I wanted to check now that I can do this.
7-5 to 1-1.
Yeah, it's really one-sided. I thought it was like pretty skill-based in the first like few waves, but
he's trying to dodge all those side blades, but Weehaw just keeps on lining them up. He's still looking.
Weehaw just has to be a little bit careful of getting daggered again here.
Yeah, he missed a couple side blades in a row, and that helped the Queen of Pain out a little bit, but Queen of Pain still with no CS to Weehaw's 11-7. So a very one-sided mid matchup so far. GH looks like snipes a courier down bottom. It's going to annoy Miposhka. But boy, oh boy, is that mid lane a wreck so far. Are you looking up the mid matchup as far as like the win rates of different heroes?
I just wanted to see Miracle's Ember win rate. 32 and 19. Okay.
Okay.
I feel like this is wrong. I feel like this is just, I don't know how to use that Dota well enough.
Yeah, that's a very overwhelming site with all the info there and knowing how to get it.
Yes, I'm not good at this.
It is not the most intuitive site compared to like a Dota buff.
No.
And I mean, there's all kinds of good info on there.
Oh, Weehaw's dead.
There we go. Got too aggressive. That's going to help turn around this lane for Kasani.
That's pretty big because he was only behind by like 4 CS, 5 CS, but now he's going to catch up.
Yep. Oh, GH trying to pull some waves himself. Both 4 positions doing what they can to just grab waves, try and help their offlane, but nice job by the Oracle. Gets the pull camp from the small creep camp. And that's going to mess with what GH was trying to do, which was pull waves to his Dragon Knight.
And he got the...
Okay.
That's gold, baby.
GH trying to get the neutral last hit. Will not do so with the Purifying Flames. GH could be in some trouble if he's not careful. A couple more right clicks and some Purifying Flames could get him very low here. With the Fairy Fire and the Salve, GH is just trying to hold on to that one to make sure he gets it up, but he's going to get the Purifying Flame.
Oh.
The right click purges it off.
Miposhka God.
And the Oracle. He had another Purifying Flames if he needed it too, so he had more than enough damage for that kill.
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about when I thought the odds are actually pretty good for HR. I think they don't have any lanes that get stomped. I think that's the benefit of Tusk, is unlike Wyvern, like Tusk can win you a lane, but he also can just rotate around the map and create a lot of pressure pretty much everywhere, and Weehaw might just be dead again.
There's a Sentry
got
Ward,
tag team,
but no, well, he's got the Melt, so no dodging those Shadow Strikes here. There is going to be a Grimstroke TP, and with an Inkswell stun, the Tusk in all sorts of trouble. GH shows up as well. One more right click, he gets the side blade. Weehaw with a perfect play. Now the silence on the Queen of Pain, who's trying to get rid of the little bug, will do so and then immediately blink out. Weehaw will find a double damage as well.
That would have been a neat little kill if they could have done both.
Yep. It was very close to the second kill on the Queen of Pain. Kasani didn't panic, just got rid of the Phantom and blinked away. That was a very odd tune to just suddenly have to come up in your head.
It was the Phantom of the Opera one. Since you said the Phantom.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And it just got stuck in my head.
GH and Kuro trying to kill down bottom, even with the nice Ice Shots block, and Miposhka. These support rotations from Nigma, they're just all over the map. They double TP mid, they come bottom, they secure bounties, they're going to snipe the outpost for now. Really active support play from Nigma in response to HellRaiders having a decent start to the lanes.
Yes, they've been very aggressive on the map. And I like this, especially considering mid. I mean, it was like a 5-6 CS deficit, and now it's, oh boy, it's not getting better.
Yeah, we are still having a great time in this mid lane. It's hit level 6 while Queen of Pain's level 5, but Roger once again trying to rotate in and do what he can to turn this one around in their favor. But he's strong. He's got level 3 refraction. He just holds his ground with a double Wraith Band. Yeah, you gotta be careful about fighting this TA. So,
but once again, it's the Morphling who has had uncontested farm 2 games in a row, but it feels like Nigma are completely okay with this. They're like, Nyx, you will get yours. You know, you'll drop 40 on us, but don't care.
Yeah. Come mid-game, they'll just group up and fight, or they'll come and gank him with the silence.
That is so bad.
The one hero who was having that good lane stage, Miposhka, does get away from the battery assault.
He was having such a good start, and they're going in on Weehaw. He doesn't actually have a refract up, so he might just go down for this Fairy Fire. He's alright.
Doesn't have the mana for a refraction too, so he'll survive through it. They did commit a second Sentry Ward to this mid lane, so the gold being invested as well as Kuro going to go chasing Roger. We'll get him with the Inkswell stun, and this could spell Roger's death. Doesn't have anything except a tag team, which will not do a whole lot, and GH gets caught by the Queen of Pain slow. Potential blink scream in a couple of seconds, but he does not want to go for it. Yeah.
No, he's so close to level 6. He could have maybe gotten a double there. Ooh. And Miracle's going to go down potentially. He's going to jump away one more time, but he's out of mana now. He's got to be careful, but Funnick is too.
Also, yeah.
Doesn't have the Soul Ring up. And this was an early rotation by the Morph towards top. I don't know how much I love this. I feel like Funnick should just immediately TP bottom if he's going to do this play. Maybe they want to secure the tower first, but this is going to create space all around the map. Miposhka is going to leave here too, so this should definitely signal that Funnick wants to leave.
Party in the top lane for HellRaiders. They really want this T1 tower. Kuro's trying to pull the wave off the tower, succeeds in doing so, so this push gets a little bit trickier. Rocket Flare's flying in as well, so all the little bits of damage, and at some point these tower shots are going to start adding up on HellRaiders. They've got to be careful. TP coming in from Miracle, who's back with an Inkswell. Funnick, he can't Timber Chain out of there. There is a purge from the Flame Guard, which makes this a little bit better. Also purged off the Inkswell, so no stun, no Flame Guard. The Oracle proving to be very useful in defending HellRaiders in this top lane as they do secure the tier 1 tower.
And Miracle's getting gone on. He's getting a little bit low.
Yeah, the Remnant's away.
The Remnant is real close.
And they're gonna chase him down with the Ice Shot. Another Remnant being used, and
bottom lane
gets out.
The Dragon Knight just takes the tower by himself. Like, I don't think this move is necessarily worth it by HellRaiders. They committed 3 heroes just to taking this tower. Don't think that move was worth at all. They didn't get a lot of value out of that. Their Quap is still losing mid. They had to commit 4 heroes just to take that tower. And they didn't even get a kill. Maybe if they got the kill and a follow-up one too. But, I mean, Dragon Knight just pushing a tower by himself, because look how he continues to go forward. Like, he has not been touched in almost like 2.5 minutes now because of that rotation by Morphling.
Yep.
And even though the Timbersaw is good against him, that was like when he was level 2, he would have been really good against him. Level 7 and level 6 now is the advantage. And I'd like to see this Dragon Knight now go towards mid. They sandwich and take this mid tower on his next Dragon form. And it looks like they're going to do just that.
GH runs into a couple, maybe in some trouble himself. His teammates aren't quite there in time. There is going to be an Inkswell stun coming out. It stuns up the Oracle. Now the Flame Guard coming into play. Oracle gets the hell out of there with the Clockwork already being slain. And unfortunately for him, there's another Searing Chains, and this time the Flame Guard unable. Oh, it does get purged off now, but one more Fire Remnant forward with the right click. Miracle gets the kill. We can see this Oracle, the Fortune's End, very good this game with the Purge.
Yeah, it's useful for a lot. And with the type of heroes that they have, as long as he doesn't get silenced, he should be pretty good against all of these. Mind Control is mid. Next Dragon form, this is what I was talking about. You want to bring the Timber in for this 100%. I think if you give up this tower, you're going to give up a little bit too much map control.
He's rotating from the bottom lane, making the move, trying to sandwich Nigma this time as Ember, as the Inkswell, the Flame Guard. There's going to be another Purge coming out though, but the Timbersaw, the damage is just too much.
Nice
the Snowball save could turn this one around. He's still alive for the time being. Mind Control just going to keep wailing away, and with Weeha showing up, the TA saying, yeah, I can still do some good damage here, even pre-Deso, pre-Blink. Weeha just with the 4 points in refraction.
You saw the Queen of Pain think about shooting her ulti out.
Yep.
Take the shot. Tower almost dead. This is going to be some map control that they're going to lose right now. They don't get the deny either.
Bully Kasani away. Nice use of the DK stun. Timing their right clicks together, and the chase is on. Mind Control's going to have a stun soon. And Miracle charges forward, gets the Searing Chains on the Oracle. This should be a dead Mipochka. Snowball maybe going to save him with the stuns. Instead, they're going to just turn and take out Roger. And Miracle's not done. He just dives forward. Killing spree for him and Weeha. Kill after kill. Nigma just running at HellRaiders, showing some very aggressive Dota right now.
Yeah, and the good news is, for HellRaiders anyways, Morphling was farming this entire time, and he is highest net worth. But they have just lost a lot of map control. Like, they've lost all control of their jungle anyways. And so, Nyx is going to have to play pretty aggressively here. And I don't think they really have the tools to take him out just yet. They would need to get the silence from the Fog before he can start morphing into strength.
I mean, I guess last game there was a hard carry in the enemy team who was out farming him. This game, it's an Ember. If he free farms, you know, can this Morphling kind of put this game on his shoulders?
Yeah, I think this is a much better Morphling game than the previous one was. Well, I think last game was a good Morphling game too. The biggest difference is that their side lanes didn't just go to complete like hell. Like, Kasani is, was anyways, not that far behind TA at one point.
Inkswell stun off of a hook shot. They're going to chain stun and silence up the Morphling. The two heroes bring him down. That's two supports killing a Morphling.
That's no commitment at all for them to get that kill.
Yeah. I mean, perfect execution and understanding of how to chain stun him.
And Ember Spirit's going to get a Spirit Vessel, which is going to scale him up real quick. God. Good news is they do have ways to purge that off.
Yep.
And they have some saves with like the Snowball. Timbersaw can front face forward. Like, they can get rid of both charges if they want by Oracle ulti or purging it off.
Coming into the enemy jungle is Nigma. They already took the towers down bottom, and they're now looking to find some... Oh, wow, Weeha just blink solo kill. Perhaps not realizing Weeha had that blink dagger as Tusk just gets brought down, and it's going to be the last tier 1 tower on the map on the side of HellRaiders being claimed if Funnick doesn't have the ways to defend this one. Unfortunately for him, they're wrapping around. He could be in some trouble if he's not careful. Charging on in GH with the battery assault and the Inkswell stun. Doesn't look like they want to fight it into the TPs as Queen of Pain shows up for this one. The hook shot away from GH to try to keep himself alive. Kuro in trouble with the eye shots blocking him off. The Snowball to chase as well. And with the tag team here, looks like Mind Control going to stun up the Queen of Pain, go charging forward, and TA blinks in as well. They've got the silence. Queen of Pain haste rune is not enough to get her out of there.
And now everyone is here.
Kill. Yep, Ember shows up to find Roger on the sidelines. GH gets away from the Chakram as Timbersaw in full retreat. Weeha, does he have the damage? It's a Timbersaw fairly tanky, has a decent amount of passive stacks, but even with the reactive armor, the Melt Strike is just lowering his armor even further. Has to be an Oracle false promise to save his life. Mind Control has another stun in a few seconds. He's going to use on the Timbersaw, who should be healing up after this. this false promise. Does do so. Misses with the Chakram, and Weeha still trying to get these kills. Perhaps needs to just switch target to that Oracle a bit sooner. They just didn't have the damage for the Timbersaw.
Yeah, it's very unlikely that they're going to get that kill once false promise hit. I think before that point, though, they might have done it. They had a lot of slow for him.
Yep. Well, that Spirit Vessel almost completed. That's when this game gets a whole lot harder for HellRaiders, even though they do have ways to purge it off. It's such a good counter to some of these heals and saves. But HellRaiders constantly being ran. Nigma just want to keep on fighting. It's only a 2k gold lead, so much more manageable situation compared to last game.
Oh yeah, last game at this point, the game wasn't over, but come on, we knew it was over.
When you see Miracle anti-mage with like a 10k team net worth advantage, yeah, at 14 minutes, you're feeling like it's over. Or I think it was maybe like 7k, but
they won 2 out of their 3 lanes. Their third lane was, let's say, it wasn't lost at all. Like the Darkseer still had really good farm. This time around, it looks a lot better for HellRaiders, but I think those 2 kills that they got on the Morphling using just the supports, that hurt quite a bit. And Roger now might get a punch, and he's gonna bump. Oh,
misses the hook shot. Weeha did manage to blink out the Shadow Strike with the refraction, but he's being sonic went up, and yeah.
And Nyx got the kill. That was perfect.
That's a lot of gold going Nyx's way. 700 gold being picked up just for a Tusk kill, and they're going to lose more. They're going to lose Clockwork as well. GH goes down. Miracle does clean up a support on the backlines, but they're just getting supports here.
Yeah, they're pretty split. They've got to be careful.
Here comes Mind Control. Has a Dragon Tail if he wants to use it. They got the silence on the Timbersaw. Using that Phantom, they'll silence and stun him up with the Inkswell as well, and they'll finish off Funnick, he's having a rough series. I feel like this Timbersaw pick, it's been first to pick 2 games in a row, and I feel like Nigma have a very good understanding of how to deal with it.
Yeah, Timbersaw always has like strongman syndrome, where you have an okay laning phase, you feel like you're really, really tanky with this hero, and because you're tanky, you should just be in all the fights, marching yourself forward. Why not just YOLO in? That's not necessarily the case. You still need a team behind you. You need to be able to utilize that tankiness so that your teammates can get their damage off. But once you've lost your teammates, in Dota, I mean, the coolest part is that anyone can 1v5 you. You can just get kited and killed. No problem, just like anybody else. And so you want to be able to utilize your tankiness with the rest of your team, take some towers. Like, I would like to see Funnick right now mid, pressing forward for his team so he creates like a block or a barrier. It might take like 25 seconds to kill you, but if you're the last person left in fights and you're nowhere near anybody, they will do it.
Yeah, so you don't think you should be going like down to this bottom lane to farming needs to be playing around the supports
like
more.
Right now, he wants to, if he were the one getting gone on, maybe they could rotate towards him and they could create a play off of this. But that's how I think you should properly utilize your tankiness.
Okay.
Just to create some space for your team.
It's going to TP now towards that mid lane, but it feels like they've already lost complete control of their jungle. It's still maintaining a very small gold lead. Nigma not really pulling ahead despite all the kills they're getting in the map control with how well Morphling's been free farming.
Yeah, Nyx got the last hit on the spree of Weeha. That was the biggest part.
Oh, Funnick. He's being found again. There is a false promise from the Oracle if needed. Looks like he's going to have to throw it out. They get the Soulbind on 2 now. This is not looking good. The double DK stun could be coming out soon as well. As the Sonic Wave from the high ground, they take out Ember. He comes back in, he's still out of Fire Ring, so he's going to buy back and look to come back in this fight. But Nigma losing many heroes quickly. They've lost Clock and Grimstroke as well. Mind Control's in all sorts of trouble. He's got the Hood for some tankiness. Miracle may need to bail him out here as well. Miracle just bought back. If he dies again, this could be a disaster. HellRaiders charge full. They've got the tag team. That's going to make these tanky strength heroes that much squishier.
Where's my Weeha player?
Oh, they take out the Oracle.
He's dead again.
Miracle goes down. Funnick with a double kill.
And now Weeha, he might just get kited here. If they can do this, Kasani gets to the high ground. Roger's still chasing,
Doesn't
and
have
now
a blink.
Oh, the execute
gets one, takes out Funnick, wants a second, should be able to get Roger, who's going to try Ice Shard himself to the high ground, succeeds in doing so, but there's a blink, and they had the ward.
Still, that was a hefty chunk of change that went the way of HellRaiders.
Die back from Miracle.
Yeah, look at the amount of gold that they got off of that.
About 1,000 gold swing, but Timbersaw and Quap, 2 cores, getting a lot of gold from it. We'll take another This was a big chaotic fight.
Okay, so this is what I meant by utilize your tankiness. Let Funnick be the guy who runs in every single time. Look at how much they blow on him. False promise. And then he can just run back in. You have somebody that tanks up like crazy. This feels really good. You can play off of this fight really nicely. No problem.
Yeah, it was the dream scenario until the end when Weeha showed up and managed to do some cleanup. If we had gotten there sooner, I think that's what Nigma needed. If you want to go on that Timbersaw, you need that burst damage from Weeha's TA. And I think if you're Nigma, your lesson from that fight is, yeah, we need to fight more around our TA.
Yes, and if you're HellRaiders, it should be, we need to fight more around our Timbersaw needs to fight more around us. So once again, he's the tank target.
Yep. Remnant from Miracle. He's going to be careful. He's lost his Flame Guard. Charging forward his GH. Gets a nice Cogs pushback in. Tusk has been slain. Weeha off to a good start to this fight. Helps find a second kill as well as Miracle may want to go charging in, looking for more. Nyx does have the TA morph, so can use Meld with False Refraction in a couple of seconds, but he's been jumped on and he's in all sorts of trouble until the False Promise comes out to bail him out. Miracle's been silenced up, but gets back to safety. We'll have another Searing Chains combo soon. Gets the Morphling, and Morphling, Cogs pushback with the silence goes down. Nigma just overwhelming HellRaiders. It's just relentless aggression from Nigma. They lose a fight, they say, we don't care, we're going to go in and take another fight. As this tier 2 tower now under pressure.
And I think they should just go back into Roshan and secure that.
Yep.
Make life a little bit easier for yourself, but nice re-engage by Nigma. I like how they weren't afraid. They said, if we're here together as 5, we can win the fight. And they are not wrong at all. It really was just Weeha taking top, and he just TP'd in a little bit too late, or it was on cooldown, I didn't quite see. So I don't want to flame him too much without proper information. But for whatever reason, Gods, he wasn't there. And he's the strongest hero in the game for them right now.
Yep. Well, he's now the strongest hero in the game with 2 lives.
Easy.
So expect to see him jumping in, especially going for those supports. If you can jump the Oracle and force like a false promise, that could be the dream way to start a fight.
Yeah.
Or you just kill anybody
behind him.
Yeah, Oracle is not there to save Funnick, it looks like.
He misses the chains?
Yeah.
He's gone.
Well, not what you were hoping for, as an Aegis TA is now charging down the mid lane and could threaten to go high ground here if you're not careful.
Really good position for Nigma. They're up 4k gold now, not overwhelming amount. Their Morphling is still very farm gods, and I think their lineup still does scale very nicely, but the stun onto the creep?
Yeah, that's to say, where was the stun?
Yeah, it hit a creep, I'm pretty sure.
He had the install to follow it up, and it looks like they'll still get Roger. And now
they have a catapult.
Yeah.
Plus DK form.
Perfect timing.
They got to pop their glyph.
Uh-oh.
No,
protect
the catapult.
They're dire glyphing, but
yes.
The multi-shot, it lasts a bit longer than the glyph. Will it get the oh, no, it 2-shot the siege creep, but they still have the backdoor protection disabled, and a new creep wave coming, so Nigma looking to get this melee racks, but here come HellRaiders.
They're split up right now. Like, Weeha was going for the range. Mind Control wants the melee racks.
I think they're feeling confident with the Aegis, though, and no glyph.
Yeah, this should be freebie.
Morphling not even coming to this fight. I think recognizing that this Aegis meant Nigma get 1 free lane of racks. It's still a playable position for HellRaiders, but definitely a challenging one.
I feel like they shouldn't have given up so easily on that area. Like, of course, once they lose the Tusk, they have to give up the tower, but just kind of, like, you know, as soon as they take the Roshan, they're going to form up mid. And I feel as though Oracle has a hard job because he wants to sit behind all of his cores.
Yeah.
But I think you don't have to sit behind the Morph. Like, he's got Manta. You kind of just have to risk him dying. I think it's really just Funnick that they want to continue to play behind. Like, all your fights that you play behind Funnick have gone, let's say, reasonably well. But when he's completely isolated alone, like, this is perfect. Just have your Oracle sit behind him, and if they overcommit and dive, then you can get the false promise off on him, and maybe you can make a play.
Yeah, he's smoked right in front of Weeha, who's got a double damage and posing a big threat. Luckily, tier 2 towers in the side lanes, so not going to see any immediate threat to a second lane of Rex until they push out these side lanes. But with the BKB on TA now, this game gets a little bit spookier for HellRaiders.
Yeah, and a BKB is almost out on Sun, but
The chain, I mean, we've seen Nigma just, if they can hit that chain stun with like a blink Dragon Tail into the Inkswell stun, you may not get a chance to use those BKBs.
yeah.
That's where Oracle's game is so difficult.
A little bit careful here, and Nyx is spotted, but Mind Control popped his dragon form, doesn't find the angle. And in fact, he's going to TV back mid. They want to save this mid tower. I really like this move. He's going to make sure that no damage comes onto this at all. And for HellRaiders, you probably want somebody always pushing a lane away from your Morphling. Like, I'd like Kasani to just stay here at bottom, play among trees, push out the next 2 creep waves, and just constantly split the map so that Nigma can't just run down a lane and win the game.
And it feels like Nigma is constantly playing around this mid lane where they've already taken racks and they need to push a side lane, which they haven't really.
They're trying to hunt on lanes right now.
We'll see it here. The Dragon Tail into Inkswell stun. It's the poor Tusk.
See, I don't like this right now, where Kasani went back and went to defend middle. I think he should just be bottom pushing this out.
Okay. Just play.
Yeah, because he's going to walk back here anyways. I feel like he's the person to push this out, and you send your Timber mid with, you risk the Oracle just sitting behind the Timber instead of the Queen of Pain. So I would like Kasani to just push this wave out completely, like just keep going. And if you need to, you can hide in the tree line, you can farm the Stronghold camp, suicide your Oracle in to take the outpost. He needed to do that like 10 seconds earlier, because now he might just die for it. Yeah. But I think he just runs in, tries to take the outpost as soon as you see Weeha mid, so that your Queen of Pain can't just get cut on, and Morphling stays top.
Queen of Pain now with the BKB, so pushing this bottom lane maybe gets a little bit safer when you have a BKB TP out. But even so, it looks like Queen of Pain playing a little bit hesitant. Nigma finally maybe found a way to push out this top lane a bit more. They've also secured all 4 bounty runes, so that's the other thing they were looking to do.
He's worried because of the DK.
Yeah.
But I think you just risk it anyways. So now they have the outpost. Queen of Pain just farms to the left and stays in this area, and Morphling just pushes out a lane opposite her. Is I think how this should go.
And they're going to say, this is how our game goes. We're going to take a tier 2 tower and potentially even threaten high ground. They may have lost the Aegis, but they finally found a way to push out these lanes in a way that they feel good about. But not going to overcommit. They know there's bottom lane issues to address, and Nyx may have overcommitted here. The chase is on. They get the hook shot. He gets the strength morph off, so Mind Control will follow up with a Dragon Tail Stun as well, but he's morphing a lot of strength here. Waveform away as well. With the strength done, he's morphing back to Agi a little bit. Nyx being chased upon. Not going to game with the Tail Stun. Still fishing for a Dragon Tail. They're pinging in the trees here. Mind Control. Oh, they saw him with the Rocket Flare. There's a blink in as well. Mind Control. Oh no! He trapped himself.
He can't quite get there.
Oh no! Morphling walked too close.
Did he actually get? Oh my god, no!
Mind Control blinked into a tree surround, but
if he just held the bottom.
Yeah.
He was okay.
Oh, he didn't maybe quite understand where Mind Control was.
This is a disaster now.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
Buyback. They're gonna just push down this lane. The creeps are a little bit further back, but
and the Yules,
they're getting kill after kill.
Everyone's getting just cut down.
Nigma just 5 men death balling around the map, hunting kills, not towers. They are a team on a mission to slay as many heroes as
I can't believe that worked out for Mind Control. What a nice surprise. That's what it was, right?
Yeah. You're stuck in place and suddenly this Morphling just comes to you.
Yeah.
And with the creep wave in the mid lane, they can go for the base siege here. Coming out, and we'll see them back in the enemy base with Weeha doing what damage he can. Hook shot in the mid with a Cogs push back. The Queen of Pain getting sunned up. Did not have a chance to use BKB, or maybe on cooldown.
Roger's likely to fall for this now too.
And Nigma from kill to kill, 33 kills in 27 minutes. Another kill plus a minute game for Nigma, who have just been crushing it here against HellRaiders. And a much cleaner looking Nigma compared to some of the earlier best of 3s they played here in ESL One.
100%. They made sure their lanes went right, and their team fight was relatively clean. Hold that thought, this might actually go the other way
They
here.
sniped the Grimstroke with the E-Blade combo, but DK on the front lines with the BKB-TA just proved to be a bit too much to deal with, but Miracle goes down as well. The Morphling manages to burst him, but Morphling being protected by the Disarm on TA, unfortunately, yeah. Those Cogs.
I thought for a second with the disarm he would have been okay.
Yep.
A butterfly now on Weehaw. A stun onto the Oracle. This will be 4 heroes dead. Only the Queen of Pain is alive. No buybacks on anybody except the Oracle. I don't even know if he bothers using it. Yeah, they're just going to call it.
GG.
They'll never find your grave.
Nigma with the 2-0 clean sweep here to start off the day. And that is